you have
I wish.
and my name is Grace.
Are you feeling okay? Like, is that comfortable for you?
Yeah, I can sit here.
Hi, my name is Regan. Anything that you say to me during this assessment will be completely confident in confidentiality unless you tell me something about abuse or something that I have to report because I am a mandated reporter.
Understood.
Okay. What's your name?
Amy.
Alright. What brings you in here today, Amy?
I am in to talk about how much I dislike my job.
What do you dislike about your job? Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
I do family daycare in my home. I've been doing it for about 18 years. And what I dislike about my job really isn't the kids so much is the amount of time that I work during the day. I work 11 hours. I am open for 11 hours, and I have families that take advantage of the full 11 hours. They drop off right away in the morning, and then even if they're off work at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, they still don't come and pick up their kids until 5:30, when I close. And I get it. I know I'm paid by the day. And so, I mean, I'm open. So sure, have your kids come there. But what these people, what kind of bugs me is these parents don't understand. They're going to miss this time that they could have had with their kids.
Okay.
They're missing out on a lot of screaming and crying right now because the kids, if they're younger, they're just gonna hoot and holler because they always kind of misbehave for mom and dad.
Oh yeah.
But now that I am older and I have older children, I realize that these people are gonna miss out on being with their kids when they're younger.
Yeah. So what I'm understanding from that is that you're frustrated at the parents for not coming and picking up their children when they get off work themselves. You feel sad for the kids because they don't get to hang out with their parents or get to interact with their parents as much as you would as anybody would really like their family to interact.
Yes. They just don't know that they're missing it yet.
Yeah, missing all the milk spills and all the slapping around and
yes.
Yeah. But what I can get from this is that you are caring, because you said that you've been here for 18 years. So even though you dislike your job, you still care enough for the children, from what it seems to me. Is that correct?
Yes, I actually do.
You do?
I do. I shouldn't say it like I actually do, but sometimes you wonder too, just with kids these days, the young ones, they are very, so in their household, mom and dad are the boss, right?
Yeah.
You would assume so, being that they're the adults, they're the parents. Well, gosh, if little Johnny, who's 2 years old, doesn't feel like doing this, well, you don't have to. That's okay. You can throw your plate of food against the wall. Mommy will clean it up. Nope, mommy won't clean it up. You tell your child, no, that is not okay. We don't do this. And then you clean it up the first time. Should it happen more than that, then you need to step in and give them their rules, give them their guidelines. No, but parents now are looking more to be friends with their child and not be the disciplinarian.
So you're saying that they don't like to really redirect their children because they're in fear of their children in turn disliking them and then turns into a relationship that goes
splits. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. And parents need to realize that that's not going to happen. Oh, sure, Johnny or Sally will definitely get mad at you. Yep. And they will probably, well, as they get a little older, they'll go to the room and slam the door, and then you'll go to the door. Well, they won't go to the door, but a regular parent will go to the door and say, if you slam that door one more time, I'm going to take the door off the hinge. You have to not threaten children, but if you tell them you're going to do that, as a parent, you need to follow through.
Yeah. I had a few instances. Sorry to interrupt, but I had a few instances with my parents like that. I wasn't the best kid, but I learned.
Yeah. Parents don't get a book on how to raise children. We do the best we can.
Well,
But
from what it seems to me, you seem like you try to take over the maternal figure for some of these kids and these families. Which then comes back to the caring part, which is the strength that I see in you right away. Loyalty, you still, 18 years. That is a huge sense of loyalty to come back to the same job, the same profession, and you know you're going to get frustrated over the same things again and again and again.
mm-hmm.
So that shows that you are loyal to this job. You are caring. And kids, you say that they spill or they whatever, and just be clear, you don't harm them, right? You don't, no. So
I will take them away from the group and I will set them in a timeout. They are not shunned, they are not removed from the room. Well, actually removed from the room. Okay, so here. We will be playing in the living room and Susie will throw a book or pitch a fit or do something that she knows is not okay.
mm-hmm.
And I will tell her, you have time out. And you will go to the table and you will sit at the table with your hands on your lap, with a 2-minute timeout. Well, unless she's 3, then it'll be a 3-minute timeout. Their age equals the timeout time. And so we will be in the living room, which then you have to walk down a little bit of a hallway and come into the dining room. Not out of hearing, yep. Out of sight at that point, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But pretty much when little Susie gets sent off to timeout, she knows she's in deep trouble.
Yeah.
She definitely knows, and so she's not going to sit in there and do bad things.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I'm going to stand up. I'm going to peek at her when she knows I'm not looking at her, just to make sure she's doing okay. But
yeah.
Nope, that's what I will do.
Okay. So, I'm gonna ask you a couple of scaling questions.
Okay.
On a scale of 1 being you do not hate your job at all, to 10 that you absolutely despise your job, you can't stand it anymore, you need to get out and find another profession, where do you stand?
Are we talking Monday or Friday? Just kidding. Obviously, Monday I've had a nice weekend of rest, and I'm refreshed. I'm ready to go again. And then come the little children, and then, the week starts. By Friday, it's usually like, come on, guys, we've had 5 full days
Of the same
the
behaviors.
same thing, and I'm still giving the direction of the same stuff every day, and you just want to bend the rules because you can. I would say I am honestly at probably a 7.
Okay.
A lot, only because I try to be expectant of the behaviors that are going to be coming, because Amy lays down the law. I run a very tight ship,
Mm-hmm.
but I have to, being that I have between 7 and 12 children in my home a day.
That's a lot.
That's quite a few little kiddos.
Yes.
So that's why I have my rules. I have things that need to be done like this, and they know it.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like any other little kid, where they're gonna be like, oh, Amy, and I use a voice kind of like that sometimes, and then I'm like, nope, this is my nice voice, but I really mean it.
Mm-hmm.
If you choose not to listen, you will have to sit in timeout. But that's not because Amy's mean. It's because you're choosing not to listen. So make a better choice.
So we're sitting at a 7 and not at a 10 because you're expectant of you expect them to change. Is that what I got from that, right? Or you expect them to
hoping that they'll learn,
behave better, that they
yes.
learn. Okay. So I have another scaling question for you.
Okay.
So throughout this talk that we've had so far, it seems to me you have a big problem of redirecting the children as they continue the same behavior. Is this correct? Is what I'm saying correct? You have a
Yes.
hard time redirecting the children sometimes?
Sometimes, yes.
Okay. So, on a scale of 1 being the kids are awesome, they don't need anything, they're, so to speak, easy kids, or
Mhm.
easy infants, easy toddlers, from going to 10 to being wow, I can just about rip my head off and whatever. You're put in such a situation where the kid will not listen, will not help, like, better themselves, redirect themselves, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where do you stand on that?
What exactly is the question on that one?
How do you stand on your confidence on redirecting the children? Or, no, okay, so let me rephrase.
Okay.
On your confidence of redirecting the children, 1 being, I don't feel confident in redirecting the children, 10 being like, I don't need any help in this area.
Oh.
Like,
1, I don't need help, 10, I need help? No, I said that backwards.
no,
1, I
Wait.
don't need help, 10.
1 you need help, 10 you don't need help because you are so confident that you don't need.
Oh no, I'm not that confident. I try. I would say I'm at maybe a 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So, with that being said, do you think we should start with do you think we should prioritize the problems that you have with what you told me in this so far as first problem we should try and get over is the redirecting the children,
Mm-hmm.
and then the, so to speak, hatred of the job, since you're at a 7 out of 10, which is still a very high number, but do you think that if we solve the problem or somehow help you overcome the problem of redirecting the children that you will slowly lessen to hate your job?
Yes.
Or is that
Possibly.
incorrect?
No, I think you're very right.
Okay.
Is it recording? Sorry.
Anyways, no, it's okay.
The redirecting.
Yep. So, what are you doing right now to redirect the children? I heard you say earlier that you put them in a timeout and keep them in earshot but out of sight of the other children.
At times.
At times, okay.
If we are playing at the kitchen table and a timeout needs to happen,
Mm-hmm.
then they will go and sit next to the fridge on the floor.
Okay.
So that way they're in, you can see them and you can hear them. But yes, they're just sit there with their hands on their lap and they can't do anything fun.
Do you try and get them to explain what they did in their words to try and see what they know was wrong for them to get into timeout in the first place?
Great question. Yes. Yes, every time.
Every time.
Every time. Or 9.5 out of 10 times, yes. Sometimes I flat out see the hit or the steal of the toy or the whatever and say, oh, we don't do that. That is not okay. And then, time out. And it's usually said in a in not a yell. I don't yell to them.
Mm-hmm.
Time out, or anything. It's just, I do over dramatize some things at times because sometimes they seem to
Dismiss the act if you don't
well, yeah.
show. Yeah.
I mean, it's not like a super over dramatic, but it'll be like, oh, why would you do that? I can't believe you just insert thing here. I can't believe you just took her Play-Doh.
Mm-hmm.
How would that make you feel if she took yours? That's not okay. Sometimes I guess I realize I don't let them answer either.
Okay.
Maybe I should listen.
So, with that being said, and you have some great, what sounds to me is you have some great ways to, like, get them to say what they did, like, try and understand what they did in their minds, or you will tell them what happened from an outside perspective to make them realize what they did, and that, you try and redirect them from that. What do you want to accomplish in the future by redirecting the children? Do you want to immediately go to timeout, or would you be open to, like,
Discussing with them
what
it
happened
was?
and try and see if they'll immediately apologize, and if it seems like a heartfelt enough apology to where the other kid doesn't seem sad or whatever, you know what I mean? I'm putting words in your mouth right now, and I'm sorry about that, but
No, but that would be ideal. If before Susie takes Joey's cars away and just sits there like that, like takes the car and just like
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you gonna do? I took the car.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll say, so what are you doing with the car? Are you gonna play with it? And then they'll hold it back like this, because someone that's 2 feet tall is gonna hold a car over my head. And I'll just say, if you're not gonna play with it, you'll need to give that back. And well, a lot of times then it'll be a throw. Well, 2 things immediately wrong there: stealing a toy from someone and then throwing a toy in the house. Because I've had a rule for 18 years: no throwing anything in the house, and they all know it. But I would hope that they would. My goal would be to be able to discuss with them. We don't do that. That's not okay. We're not going to steal this, or we're not going to do this bad thing. Instead, how about we try this? And
Okay.
sometimes I have tried that, but it doesn't get very far, and then my frustration level goes up.
Because you talked to them about it and nothing happened.
Yep, and they definitely know better, and I get it. They're toddlers, and they're preschoolers, and they're very young school-age kids. What gets me is when they'll do it, and then they'll look at me.
Mm-hmm.
She gonna say something about that? And sometimes I've got the look, and I'll give them the look, and it'll be, ooh, yeah, she saw that. They'll give it back, and then I'll tell them you're sorry. Say it so they can hear you. Sorry. They're 2 to 5. You get what you can out of it.
Well,
I feel like it's my job to teach them not to be rude to each other, to learn how to coexist with each other, to learn to be friends. And friends don't always have to get along. Friends can play together, and then, oh, Joey made me mad. I'm going to be done playing with Joey right now. I'm going to go over and find Lucy instead, and I'm going to play with her. And that's, to me, that's a good thing. But if you clock Joey on your way by, no thanks.
yeah, no. Violence shouldn't be an answer. That's
No.
right. So what I'm getting from this part, from listening to you talk, is it correct of me to say, is it right of me to say that you seem hopeful that you will help bring these children up into the school being friends?
Being genuinely nice.
Coexisting and just not stealing Lucy's toy or holding it over her head. Or
Right.
You seem hopeful, you seem optimistic, but also it seems like your frustration does get in the way.
Yes.
Have you ever thought, while you were talking, I thought about this. I know some of your kids are probably really young to understand complex sentences, but have you ever tried to, do you have any family members or anybody that is of old enough age to comprehend what you want to get across in your house normally? Okay. So, with that being said, you could probably just line all the kids up on a couch or all the kids up on a floor and tell them that stealing is not okay. That this is not, and then if you get the look on their face huh? You could, if you have that person that can comprehend what you're saying well enough, you could probably act it out with the person to show them what is right and what is wrong. Have you ever done that before?
No. Some kids do, some, not just kids, but adults do. Some people learn better that way. Hands-on instead of just learning by lecture.
Mm-hmm.
Doing a hands-on.
That might be an option. In the where do you want to stand with redirecting the children? Do you want to just keep sending them the timeout, or do you want to where do you want to end up with? What do you want to get out of this? Is what I should say. What do you want to get out of this with your redirecting the children?
I just want them to listen. Honestly, I think my comment there was right. I just want them to, and they have a young mind, and we're trying to help shape it.
Mm-hmm.
But I just want them to know that when you do naughty stuff on purpose, or a lot of times they'll say, well, what's on purpose? What does that mean? It means because you really want to.
Yeah.
It because it means because you feel like it. Because I want to do it, I'm going to do it. That's what on purpose means. And it actually took me a while to figure that out, to figure out how to explain what on purpose, what's that mean? I don't know. You want to do it on purpose. Anyway, I want them to know that even though they really want to do it, it's not right, so I shouldn't.
Yeah.
That's asking the world out of everybody. I mean, everybody in this world
Mm-hmm.
does stuff they're not supposed to on purpose, but if they could just make a better choice 1 out of 5 times,
And
that would
slowly learn.
that would put a smile on my face.
Mm-hmm.
If they know, even if they're staring at me while they're reaching for that truck to take away, oh, I know I shouldn't, so I'm not gonna. That would be awesome.
Yeah. That would be amazing.
I mean, I've seen it a couple of times, but if it were to happen a little bit more often, I'd be way happier.
So, our time is ending. Just a recap of this assessment that I got out of you. We want to work on the redirecting the children. Is that correct, or is that?
Yep, redirection in a positive way. Yes.
You want okay. And then the scaling and whatever. And I found out that you've been doing this for 18 years, 11 hours a day, and you get paid daily, not hourly, which is very, very hard and can put a strain on you as well as the families. Anything else you would like to tell me before we end our session today?
No, I think I've spoke a bit.
All right. Well, it was very nice meeting you today, Amy, and I hope to see you again in the near future.
Thank you very much. Nice meeting you.
I really hope that was good.